The kid. Your boy Double H trying to live, trying to eat, trying to survive, and trying to be the best guy that I can be. And trying to be the best guy that I can be, man. So, guys, what's up? What's up? Welcome to the lovely, amazing, wonderful Q&A, man. This is the Q&A where everything happens, things pop off, and we can say what's up, man. So in this Q&A, we have basically guys. Thank you for guys sending in the questions, man. Those were some very, very good questions that you guys sent in, man. Some questions I didn't pick. So YSK Jackson, your trash as garbage question, I intentionally didn't pick it. So you know, and you know why I didn't pick your useless trash question. So that's on you, man. So guys, look, man, I'm just trying to sort out the question, make sure that everything is all good. Let's move that question a bit higher. Yeah, and we're good. So yeah, we're good. We're good. Actually, you know what? Let me move that out. So as I'm sorting this out, guys, remember, guys, get your meals, get your drinks, get everything you need so that we can all do our things and say what's up, man. So guys, yeah, man, look, man, to tell you how things go for the weekend, man. So remember, guys, going forward, every Friday at 10 p.m., 10 around this time, there'll be the Q&A. So every single time, you just need to know is to send in your questions to the, what the heck is the freaking plane? Send in your questions to the Q&A. Send in those amazing questions to the Q&A. That's how we're going to ride. That's how we're going to roll. Send in those questions to the Q&A every single time due to the official website, and I'll do my best to answer those questions via the official website. So guys, remember, Saturday nights at 10 p.m. is the hangout where we have a lot to discuss, and Sunday, the debate. Sunday is, well, we're bringing back the debate show. Does Messi still need the World Cup? Let's have a debate about it. Does Messi still need the World Cup after De Paul and Di Maria gave him life? And I'm going to be doing classic watch-alongs, man, on Twitch, man. So before we rev up to for the new season, classic watch-alongs will be happening on Twitch very soon. I will tell you more about that as soon as we do our things. But the classic watch-alongs are coming back. So we're going to look at Real Madrid against Juve, the 2017 final where Dybala completely destroyed himself. Brazil, Germany, if I can do it, and maybe even the 2012 final as well. Guys, remember, you can follow me on Twitter right there at HalfHopHot. And any of you grand people who go around peeping Tom and staring at Instagram models, Amira Dime. Amira Dime is the GOAT. You know, Rafaela, I think you've been defeated by Amira Dime. Shout out to Amira Dime, and shout out to Amira Dime. So that's my Instagram right there at the Half Hope. That's my Instagram at the Half Hope. For those grand people out there, follow me on Instagram because I try and post a few grand videos there. So guys, man, I have my water here because we're going healthy. I've got my water right here. Ooh, guys, there's nothing like a bit of low. There's nothing like a bit of low. So without further alala, I think let's get down to the whole thing. But guys, look. But before we go through again, I'm going to be saying this every single day, man. You know, I appreciate the support. I appreciate the love, and I appreciate the apreciaciones. I appreciate the apreciaciones for all you guys out there doing your damn thing, But with that being said, let's now get down to business. I remember, Marina, you piece of trash. You piece of trash. Now, I don't want to go so much because I don't want to get cancelled by the Me Too movement. But, Marina, if you don't get me a quality striker by Monday, you're being sacked. I don't care a damn and so forth. All because you have tits doesn't exempt you for doing your freaking job. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So without further ado, my guys, let's get down to the brass tacks, man. Let's get down to the brass tacks. I think you guys, we all know what we're waiting for here, man. And so, first question here from RTG. From RTG, thank you for the question, man. Let me take a little sip. from my water. Shout out to boy RTG. Because we got a lot of cues, man. Thank you for the cues. We got a lot of cues. And also, if I didn't pick your question, I had over 30 questions to choose, and I just had to choose the best ones. So I may save your questions for next Friday's show, but just keep sending those questions. If they're good, I'll try my best to answer them, man. But from your boy RTG, man, thoughts on Alaba officially unveiled as a Real Madrid player? You haven't spoken it yet. It's true. I haven't spoke on this bad boy yet. For me, it's a very good signing because at one point in time, 4, 5, 6 years ago, Alaba was the best left back in the world. This was before before Roberto Carlos. This was before Andy Robertson. This was before a lot of the dudes, before even Alphonso Davies. Alaba was hands down the best left back in the world. But I think what Real Madrid have bought is not only a good player, an experienced player, a treble winner, a guy who understands winning culture and has come from one of the best winning cultures in football, which is Bayern Munich. You have bought a guy who can play multiple positions. This is what I was doing Football Manager. Of course, I try and get specialists in many different roles and different positions. But one of the main things I try to always buy in Football Manager is a player who can play multiple positions because that is extremely useful. So in Real Madrid, I bought a guy who can play left back, who can play central defense, but he can also play in midfield. For Austria, he actually began playing as a DM for Austria. But of course, at this Euros, I think he played back in defense. So not only do you have a very good defender that can either be played on the flank or in the center, but you've also got an intelligence player as well. You've also got a guy who's a very good passer of the ball and also a very good crosser of the ball. So it means that if Real Madrid run into the kind of injury situation that they once ran into, they haven't covered. Because my thing was always, Real Madrid were always looking at for Alaba for several months. My thing was, wait a minute, you already have Ramos. So I didn't understand how Alaba would come in and break the Varane-Ramos duopoly. But guys, we are seeing a complete revamp and a total makeover of Real Madrid because Ramos has joined PSG, and now we're hearing that Varane and Man United have agreed personal terms. So putting all this into one ball of wax, I think the reality that we're seeing right here, is the very fact that your boy is really saying what's up with regards to how they're going to revamp the team. So the defense that we have, is not going to be a defense most likely of Alaba and Varane. No, sorry, Alaba and Militao. Because if we're going to assume Varane is going to leave, it's going to be a new look defense. So the question is the Alaba of 2021, circa 2022, the same player that we saw in 15, 16, 17, 18, and so forth, or even the player that we saw in 2020? You know, the player I saw for Austria at the Euros was still a very good player. So maybe he's not really at his best and he's past his peak. And maybe for Real, they say, okay, why are we getting a player who's sort of at the end of his tenure? Why aren't we really getting a Skriniar? Why aren't we getting a Van Dijk or even an Upamecano, a very well-regarded, touted defender? Which is true. But a quality player is still a quality player. And Alaba is still a very quality player. And I think the main thing is his usefulness because look at the situation that Real found themselves in. Look at how Zizou was in a situation where he had to play a guy called basically he had to play fruit sellers. They had so many injuries they couldn't even fill the subs bench, and they literally had to play fruit sellers in a UCL game. So in this situation right now is he doesn't normally get many injuries, and if there are many injuries, you now have a position where he can. So we're lacking midfielders. I can slot in. Oh my gosh, Felamendi, Nacho are out. I can slot in on the left or even on the right. Or other defenders, I can easily go central defense. So he can play so many multiple positions. That is always a useful thing to have if you have suspensions or you have injuries, or Freaking COVID saying what's up. So the signing, I don't think is the kind of statement signing. This isn't when they got Cristiano or when they got Benzema or so forth. But you just always have to have statement signings. This signing, I don't think tilts things heavily in Real Madrid's favor with regards to the battle of La Liga, because Atletico still look very good, specifically with getting your boy De Paul up in there. So here's I'll be back. Sorry, I had to get my thing in my jig, man, because this is an answer to one of the questions here that I have written down over here. So, so for me, look, it's a good signing, and you see, you have to have several pieces to build a strong team. So for me, I don't put pressure on him to be like, oh my gosh, man, is he going to replace Ramos or so forth? Is he going to be a Ramos replacement? I think someone sent me a DM where, like, I think they said, like, they put like a caption saying Ramos Negro, like the black Ramos. I was like, Spain, guys, come on, bro, come on. I mean, come on, like this is a post-racial society, man, chill. So yeah, no, look, not a high tier signing, but I think in the long run, it's going to prove to be very, very good. Like, look at how useful Nacho is. A guy who can be like center back, right back, left back, so forth. So that's all cool. The thing for Real Madrid now is build. And we're still hearing stuff about Mbappe. You can't just buy a team of all attackers, defenders, and so forth. You need all those pieces, and you need those utility players. So now they've now secured Alaba. Now it's like, aha, Mbappe. And I think Real Madrid's main focus is finding a way in which they can get your boy Mbappe. You know, because I think because people ask me, oh my gosh, who is your favorite for La Liga this season? It's dependent on what Barca and Real do in the transfer markets. If Real roll up to next season and all they have is Alaba, I don't think that's enough. If you have Alaba and an Mbappe, or did I say Salah or so forth, they're looking very good. Attack has been amplified, and you've got a really, really, really good, really experienced winner's mentality defender up in your ranks, man. So that's how you can roll in there, man. So let's keep that boy moving, man. Let's keep that boy moving. So next on the agenda is from Footy Facts ASMR. What are your thoughts on Son signing a new 4-year contract with Spurs? Is it a lack of ambition by him to move to a bigger club and compete for major trophies, or is he showing loyalty to a club which he clearly loves and enjoys being at, and is maybe ready to be the star once Kane leaves? Also, love the content. Keep up the great work. Thank you, bro. Thank you for the question, and then thank you for that thing. It's an interesting one to unpack, because let's investigate both sides. I think Son is world class. I think he's a superstar, and he's got that alpha mentality. He's a guy who, on his own, he can win a game by himself. And any player who you can give the ball to, and he can take the ball, run with the ball, and score, like he did in that goal where he ran the ball from his own half, that's a very special player to have. So he's a stud. So on one hand, I'll be like, bro, you are better than Tottenham, and for me, if he was to move to Real Madrid, that would be a very good signing. And I think he'd very much fit into Real Madrid, specifically in how they play. Or even if he was to go to Bayern or even a Juventus. But you make an interesting point. Sancho is building a whole new kind of team, and perhaps a far more attacking team, and perhaps a team that plays a more attractive brand of football, more attractive than Mourinho and Pochettino. Now, people are saying it's a rumor and so forth, but let's just say that this 160 mil is real. And Kane is going to take his talents to Manchester. If that happens, Son is the star. Without a doubt, he will now be the official star and the face of this club. So in Son's mind because people say that, isn't this the same situation as Bayer Leverkusen? Because again, he was amazing for Bayer Leverkusen, but he wanted to leave to Bayer Leverkusen to make the step up to Tottenham. So people say, well, look, I mean, if people are leaving and so forth, as they did with Bayer Leverkusen, with Çalhanoğlu, Brands, and so forth, shouldn't he follow suit like he did at Leverkusen? But I think in Son, he feels that, wait a minute, no, I think we can do something here. I think we can do something here because I feel that this team has the funds and has a greater pull than Leverkusen had when I left them. So Son maybe sees an opportunity that, oh, wow, this is now my team. I have greater agency in this team. And the key thing as well, maybe he's really happy here. And that's the thing that we sort of overlook because we just look at things on face value and we don't really know the personal relationships that players have and how players feel about the environment that they're in. So maybe for Son, it's like, hey, man, I enjoy where I am. This seems really good. I'm happy. My family's happy. My friends are happy. I like the environment. I like the community and so forth. Why would I want to leave? So, but I think that point that you make as well is if Kane does leave, bro, you're the big dog. You're the alpha. You're the big dog and alpha of Tottenham are a very big club. You can say that they've not won any trophies and Peter Parker is saying what's up to their trophy cabinet, but they're still a big club with a massive, huge fan base. And I think that Son may say, all right, if Kane is going to leave, I'm going to stay. Maybe Son is invoking his inner Giannis. Maybe he's invoking his inner Giannis. Maybe Son is saying to himself that rather than jump ship like Kane, I am going to stay. And because if Son stays and somehow delivers a major trophy for Tottenham, he will be far more revered as a Tottenham legend than Kane ever would be. Think about that. Upon all of Kane's goals and all the goals he scores, if Son remains and leads Tottenham to a trophy under Sanso, Tottenham fans will have greater reverence for him than they will a Kane, and they'll probably build a statue of him. So Son is saying to himself that, man, I can do something special here. I can do something really special for this Tottenham side, and I can really go down in history if I can stay and deliver an FA Cup, deliver some of it, just deliver a major trophy, something that Kane was unable to do. So looking at it from that point of view, it could definitely be an argument for him wanting to stay, man. All right, man. Thank you for that question, bro. Let's keep that ish moving. From Bats, question: if Arsenal gets Maddison and Bissouma, do you think they can challenge for the league? Bro, that's a tough ask, man. Challenge for the league. Let's first deal with the players. So before doing this, I wanted to do I did some research on Bissouma. Like, I already know Maddison's game, but I didn't know Bissouma's game too well. So I wanted to do some research on Bissouma. And looking at his highlights reel, I think in Bissouma, what you have is a guy who is a very smart tackler. Because I was watching his highlights, and he's very good at making those kind of clean, sneaky tackles from behind and winning the ball. So having another good ball winner there is good, and also he's very good at bringing the ball forward. So he can really carry the ball and really add a bit of attacking thrust to the midfield. So I think him paired with Partey, maybe in a double pivot, can really add to Arsenal's defensive stability, specifically with Xhaka leaving. And in Maddison, you have a creative attacking player to help to provide for a Aubameyang or potentially a Tammy Abraham. So I think it's improving the midfield and adding a bit of dynamism and a bit of spice to Arsenal's midfield. Realistically speaking, baby steps. Baby steps, baby steps. Man City, Man United, Chelsea, Liverpool are too far ahead. And Maddison and Bissouma aren't enough for Arsenal to mount a title challenge. For me, I think those players could knock on the door for top four. Because I told you, Premier League is getting very tough. Because if, let's say, Tottenham now sell Kane for 160, they're now going to go ham and go Super Saiyan Ultra Instinct on the transfer markets. So when we're dealing with all that stuff, you have to really keep in mind the kind of difficulty that could perhaps occur in other guys spending big. So for Bissouma and Maddison, as I say, it's baby steps, improvements. They will help the team improve the team and maybe move them much closer to top four than the other way, because it was a very, very disappointing season for Arsenal, which ended even greater disappointment in them not even making the Europa League final. So, because I think these are two good players, two really good players. And I think Maddison would be a very nice signing. Leicester City losing Maddison, that ain't great. So Maddison going to Arsenal, that's a nice, good signing. No, because again, Arsenal don't have a number 10. If you think about it, who is Arsenal's number 10? Who sits in the hole and plays in that hole and helps to really provide an added bit of creativity for the team? They don't have that guy there. So Maddison would be fulfilling a role that Arsenal don't really have. Because again, you have a goal scorer in Aubameyang, potentially in a Lacazette, in a Pepe as well. So having a guy who help create can definitely help Arsenal. But I think for Arsenal, you have to be realistic. They are still 2-3 years away from competing. I think they still need another 2 or 3 transfer windows to now really close that gap, because when you just look at City's squad, their spending power, Chelsea's squad, and what they could potentially do in the market, Liverpool as well, because once Liverpool re-up, and if Liverpool make a big signing, I just think that they're way too far ahead. They're way too far ahead. Like, unless Arsenal signed like Messi or Neymar in a window, then that could be a complete game changer. Maddison and Bissouma aren't enough to close that gap between yourselves, City, and so forth. I think those dudes, you should now come closer to Leicester, because by getting Maddison, you've weakened Leicester City. And I think by that, so if you get him, you weaken Leicester, so you can't close the gap on Leicester, maybe leapfrog them. And by doing that, if Tottenham now lose Kane, maybe that even closes the gap on Tottenham as well. So as I said again, so Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, United, I still think those guys occupy the top 4 per position. So for Arsenal, I think the main aim is, if they get these guys, the aim for Arsenal is top 4. The league is not realistic. The aim for them is get top 4 top 4 is the priority. Break into that top 4 position and try to really catch up to Liverpool thing and so forth. League, that's not a priority. But if they get those dudes, it's a step in the right direction. It's a step in the right direction, man. So from Ibrahim, thank you for the question, Ibrahim. He says, what do you make of Arsenal standards dropping every season? They used to miss 1 or 2 players to make them a major title-winning team. Then just an FA Cup such as 2009 to 2011, missing quality DM and centre-back by celebrating an unproven Smith Rowe contract renewal and giving him the number 10, which players ends through merits and history. Beckham, Van Persie. Also, what do you make of fans rejoicing over scrubs and far from elite players now? Cycle. Things happen in a cycle. I remember, I was fully aware and fully around during the heyday of Arsenal. The Invincibles, one of the best teams I've ever seen. Henry, one of the best players I've ever seen. Dennis Bergkamp, a guy who I consider the most technically gifted players I've ever seen. Vieira, who I think is one of the best all-round midfielders of all time. Ashley Cole, who I put down as the best left-back of all time. Like, Arsenal were a freaking team back in the day. But cycles happen. And when I look at their decline, how far down they've gone in the league and how their standards have dropped, it is unfortunate, because it is a massive fall from where they are right now. And I think that a few seasons ago, I said, no, Arsenal, man, nah, man, you have to be angry because look how you have to be angry that you're not competing for the league. But with how teams have improved, how teams have spent, the great improvements of Leicester City, how Liverpool have reformed themselves, what Solskjaer has now done with United, Arsenal have to take a back seat. Arsenal are no longer a big club in terms of being a football elite, competing with the very best. So when you take that into account, you have to. It's difficult because Smith Rowe is decent. He ain't great, and he shouldn't be given the number 10 jersey. So if Arsenal are building around Smith Rowe, they're in serious trouble. But you have to look at the freaking owner, the issues with the owner, how he hardly wants to spend. And you just have to say to yourself that Arsenal just needs to ride this out. But if they want to be realistic of competing again, they have to spend and spend big. You have to break that £100 million barrier. Not only spend big, you have to scout better. So my thing is, do people within Arsenal, the scouting network, the directors, and so forth, are they making a conscious effort of aggressively trying to close the gap between themselves and the very top? Or because it is one of the most supported clubs in the world, are they just happy with balancing the books and ensuring that they're kept in the green? So that's the question you have to ask yourself. That are they just happy that, hey man, we're in the green, we're good, we don't need to move forth, and we're high? So that is the question they need to ask themselves, man. So it's unfortunate, man, because again, like celebrating scrubs and so forth, it's sad. It's sad that this club went from being the Invincibles and having some of the best players in their position of all time, like Vieira, you could argue is a top 15 midfielder, top 10 midfielder of all time. Henry is a top 10 striker of all time. Ashley Cole is the best left back I've ever seen in my life. So to move from players who are genuinely the best players to there is nobody in this Arsenal team you would consider one of the best players in the world in their position. It used to be Aubameyang a few years before, but now he just became a brick and he's now declined. So there's the issue there, that which player at Arsenal right now would you consider one of the best players in the position? I would play with this. Say even Saka right now is maybe the only player you say, oh wow, he's maybe one of the best youngsters out there. But apart from Saka, who's there? So my question is, do the directors care? Do the owners care? Do the scouting network care? If they care, go out and get the players. But my thing is that Arsenal are doing nothing to tell me that, oh no, we're really trying to get ourselves back into the mix. Now, I hear that they're trying to go for OR and so forth, but it remains to be seen. But my thing is that the owners and people, as long as you keep buying the tickets, you keep buying the merchandise and so forth, they don't really give it down. Keeping it real, man. They don't really give it down. All right, let's keep it moving. So from Diego Costa to Chelsea. We are not in a Disney Plus world. So, realistically speaking, Lewandowski and Haaland are not for sale, says you. Which of the following strikers would you pick for Chelsea? Immobile, Moreno, Morata, Weghorst, Ings, Vardy, Diego Costa. First of all, anyone is for sale for the right price. In the immortal words of $1 Million Man Teddy Biasi, everybody's got a price. Everybody's got to pay. The $1 Million Man always gets his way. Everybody's got a price. Everyone's got a price. But I'll play a game then. Immobile, Moreno, Morata, Weghorst, Ings, Vardy, Diego Costa. Diego Costa is not trash. He's no longer the player that he used to be, and he's a bit weird. Moreno, after his disaster class at the Euros, no. Morata, Immobile, after his disaster class at the Euros, no. Weghorst, relax. Ings, you're having a laugh. So out of these ones, Vardy. If Chelsea sign Vardy, well, we're going to war. We're going to war. I'll start to fight people. If Chelsea sign Vardy, all these people, we're going to war, and we're having a 5 hour. No, what? If Chelsea sign any of these players, we're doing a 72 hour. We're doing a 72 hour emergency hangout. So God forbid that Chelsea come anywhere near any of this garbage trash that's your Holy Towardsman. But again, if I had to choose between these bombs, I would choose Vardy. Because Vardy is the best out of all of that trash. But as I said again, Marina, you know what it is. Don't like if the season starts. I told you August 11th is our first game. Okay, that's where we get our first Infinity Stone against Villarreal. So before we get our first Infinity Stone, I want a striker announced, and by striker I want a quality striker announced. Quality striker announced. That's all I need. It's what I want, and that is what I demand. Anything less, we're going to war. Anything else, we are going to freaking war. So, your boy has spoken, man. From Matt B, thank you for the question, Matt B. Mr. HH, do you think Juve or any Milan team will reach a UCL final these next couple of years? Because Juve, at best, are winning a Serie with Allegri, stroke old players. And if Rabiot and Morata are in the squad, then I don't see them winning a UCL for at least a few years. Lastly, Chiesa should be smart and try to go to somewhere else, like Chelsea, because he's a big game player and is low-key entertaining to watch, certified baller. That is very true. So do you think Juve or any Milan team will reach a UCL final? No, I don't. I think Juve and Milan need a lot of work. And one thing, let's see what happens in the summer. But as of right now, with the way they are right now, no. I think that City, PSG, Chelsea, Bayern, Liverpool are too far ahead. They're too far ahead, and their squads and people and so forth are way too far ahead. They're way too far ahead. So for me, nah, Juve's best chance was 2017. That was their best chance That was their best chance. That was their best chance. They had the team. They shut down MSN to goalless. They beat the Mbappe Monaco team. That was their opportunity. And I just think now, with how much has been spent by other clubs and so forth, money that Juve can't spend, and if you're going into UCL now relying on Cristiano and Chiesa to save you, but there isn't a midfield or defense to back you up, specifically with guys who are becoming very old, could be hard. This is Milan are back in the Champions League for the first time in almost like a decade. So it's going to take them a long time before they can say what's up. So it's going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough. I think Chiesa, because he's Italian, he wants to remain loyal. But Chiesa has to realize that, bro, if you really are that dude, and if you really believe in yourself, you have to look at Barca or Real, because my thing is, let's keep it real. Now, Juve will be smart to say not for sale and do not want to sell someone like Chiesa. If Real can't get Mbappe, Chiesa would be a big signing. Chiesa would be a very, very big signing on one of those flanks for Real. Yeah, man, it's going to be a while. It's just going to be a while. But look, man, who knows? Italy winning the Euros, maybe it's a sign of things to come. Maybe that is just a indicator that there's perhaps going to be a shift in football, and maybe Italy winning, because remember, Italy won the Euros. Italy won those Euros where only two players didn't play in a Serie, which was Verratti and Jorginho. Everybody else played in the Serie A. So it was a team who won the Euros with 90% of Serie A players. So it goes to that, no, these players are quality. So maybe all they need is just, a few more signings from other places for them to really say what's up. And I think Chiesa's mentality and just his football has now gone up tenfold after that tournament. Barbarella, his football has now gone up tenfold after the tournament that they had. So if they can now carry that form into their teams, it could help them. But again, it won't play to only one player. From what I just see, and I'm just looking at the teams in the Champions League, and I'm not just looking at the team that Juve and Milan have. It's different. It's different. It's different. Like there is still that gap. There is still that gap. So just realistically speaking, it's going to be a bit tough. But look, who knows? I mean, who knows, man? Same thing I said with the World Cup and so forth. You get through the group, and now with the whole away goal thing now being removed, you get an interesting group. Who knows? Look at how PSG reached that final. You got Atalanta, you got Leipzig. Who knows? If Juve can just have a good draw, they can somehow find a way in the final. Same thing with Milan. But my thing is, if they run into a Bayern or a Man City or like a Liverpool or so forth, I don't know whether I can put money on them beating those teams. So there might still be a way to go. All right. Let's keep it moving. From Harsh. Ooh, that's harsh. Harsh says, give us your top 3 contenders as it stands for the 2022 World Cup. Did you say top 3? Top 3 contenders for the 2022 World Cup. I'm just trying to. I mean, this is in no order. This is tough because I can think of 4, but I'm trying to break it down to 3. So the 4 in my head are Italy, Argentina, France, and Portugal. Like the definite ones are Italy and France. Italy because Euro champions. So, and I think not only Euro champions, they look really good. So unlike Portugal in 2016, they actually look like a really, really good team under Mancini. France because they beat themselves. And despite them losing to Switzerland, it is still an extremely talented team that if they get it right, they'll be hard to beat. It's just that they got arrogance. If they are focused, not arrogant, and are really focused on the job at hand, and because of what happened to them at the Euros, I think they'll be extra sharper and much more concentrated for the World Cup because their era of invincibility is now gone because they've been humbled. So now it's between Portugal and Argentina. You see, for me, Portugal, amazing squad. Yes, they lost to Belgium, but it's still an amazing, amazing squad. And I just think that if Santos just gets that squad right and can finally play San Felix, it is still a very strong squad. Argentina, I see something in this team because what Argentina have is something that neither France, Portugal, or Italy have, which is just that one supernova player. So my thing with Argentina is if the supporting cast can be good, Argentina are contenders. Because if the supporting cast rise to the occasion and really play to the best of ability, combined with their supernova player, of course they're a strong threat. Of course, they're strong threats because no other team has that supernova ultra instinct dude that Messi is. So you see, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to say Italy, Argentina, France. The reason why I'm not going to say Portugal is because I don't think Santos knows how to handle this team. I think that it's not that they got lucky in 2016, but they have some good fortune. And I'm not sure that Santos is the right man to get the very best out of this team. Because this team has a lot of talent that maybe Santos doesn't really know how to really concoct the right mix to really get the best out of these dudes. Belgium, no. I think Belgium, they're overrated, and I just think that their generation has finished. Because I did a breakdown of Belgium and so forth with regards to how I just think that they're not those dudes anymore, man. England, like they got to the final based off a very easy path, where the only kind of big team they played was Germany, which is one of the worst Germany teams I've seen in a long time. Germany for me, I can't put them as contenders. See, I put Germany in the same category as England. They're like outside threats. They could be big outside threats, so surprise. Because for me, for Germany, it's Hansi Flick. And what's he now going to do to revamp the team and get rid of what the whole ball sniffer was doing? England is, they at the end of the day, they got to the final. And it is still a very talented young side, who I still think that Southgate should be in charge of. And again, you look at the African sides, man. It is, of course, you've got Algeria there. Nigeria have some interesting guys, but I'm not really a fan of the manager. So, it's not. And even for Asia as well, Japan and South Korea. Although Japan, keep an eye on Japan. I think Japan are building something. Are building something. So, yeah, I mean, I still think Europe are going to rule the roost. But if Lautaro Martinez improves his game, Di Maria can just give one more big effort. Like, put it this way. If somehow Argentina make the final and Di Maria is in that final, I'll be sweating. Because if Argentina make the World Cup final and Di Maria is fit for that final, bro, I'll be sweating. From Kakire Amponsa, who says, Goretzka can't leave Bayern. He's such a vital cog in Bayern. To be honest, he's the Kante of Bayern. No. He isn't the Kante of Bayern. The Kante of Bayern, I believe, is Joshua Kimmich. But Goretzka is very important. He's very important. But I think that the glue that holds Bayern together is Joshua Kimmich, because he's really the midfielder who really dictates things, controls things, makes things happen, and really pulls the strings for Bayern. But Goretzka is very important. He is a very important player, and Bayern have to tread very carefully in how they deal with this contract situation, because Bayern are Bayern. They are how they are. They will not be bullied or held to ransom by anybody, which is fair. But I think it's very important that basically it's very important that they remain strong. It's very much important that they remain strong, but it's a difficult one. It's a really difficult one because you're dealing with a club who are very adamant in maintaining their culture. And they're like, we are not Man City, we're not PSG, we're not Man United, Chelsea, or so forth. We don't do this crazy wage structures. We keep things very much under control. That's what Salihamidzic and Khan want to do, and that's what Rummenigge did as well as Ole Hoeneß, man. But losing Goretzka is not the end of the world. Losing Kimmich is the end of the world, So if Joshua Kimmich is now asking for a lot of money, because Kimmich is more important than Goretzka. Goretzka is important, but Kimmich is more important. But Goretzka is important. So I don't know how this is going to go, because we don't know what the details are. We don't know how much he's asking for, because Goretzka is an important player. He's an important criminal. Mola is going to be retiring very soon, and Tolisso and Musiala ain't what Goretzka is. He ain't what he is. He's an important guy on that team, and he's one of Bayern's best players. Because even look at Bayern's best players. Okay, you see Kimmich, Neuer, Lewandowski, Gnabry. Then you have to put up for me as of right now, based on performance of what they've done. You probably put Goretzka ahead of Sané. Goretzka has performed better than Sané this past season, so Goretzka is up there as one of your best players. So, we'll see what happens. But yeah, they don't want to. They don't want to lose him. They really would not want to lose, dude, man. All right, where are we at, man? Where are we at right here, man? Okay, we've got 3 more questions, bro. From Vilton. If Neymar wins the Champions League and the World Cup in 2022 by scoring in both finals, will you make him a horseman? First off, Rafaela's brother ain't doing that. Let's keep it real. Okay, let's keep it a stack. Rafaela's brother ain't going to be it's not happening. Like come Vilton, let's keep it real. Rafaela's brother ain't winning the freaking is not winning the Champions League and the World Cup. But let's play a game, because I'm a what if merchant. I'm a hypothetical merchant. A horseman is about impact as well. Iniesta isn't a horseman. Iniesta isn't a horseman. And this is a guy who has multiple Man of the Match awards, both for the Euros and the World Cup, scored the World Cup winning goal. Supreme player, but he's not a horseman. So beyond just saying what's up in the World Cup and the Champions League, you have to also be that dude. You have to have had a profound impact as an individual in the game. You have to have done something extraordinary. Hence why I'm sweating for next November, because if Messi wins the World Cup and scores in the World Cup final, my goats, I fear for my goats. I fear for my goats. And the World Cup is my final frontier. That's it. That's the only thing I can hold on to. Because if that goes, I'm screwed. It's the only thing I can hold down to. Hence why I want to retire from this whole thing next year. But I mean, if he was to do that, we'd have to. It depends on how he played in the Champions League and how he played in the World Cup. So let's just say he was the best player at the World Cup. Supremely, I'm amazing. Best player at the Champions League, we can have a discussion. Then we just have to look. Let's not assess his career and what he's done. But a big part of being a horseman is also what impact as an individual did you make? Pele, 17 years old, a young prodigy. Zidane, coming out of retirement and saying what's up in that 06 game against Brazil. Ronaldo, coming from a career-ending knee injury, being top scorer and saying what's up in a semi and a final. Maradona single-handedly giving Napoli their only 2 league titles that they've ever had. Beckenbauer redefined what it's meant to be a defender and changed the way that we viewed defenders and how defenders played. Can we speak about R9 away? R9 changed the way in which we saw strikers and how strikers played. So there were strikers before Ronaldo and strikers after Ronaldo. There were defenders before Beckenbauer and defenders after Beckenbauer. So one thing is what is Neymar's impact to that degree? What has Neymar done as an individual that's had the same profound impact as those horsemen? To be a horseman is as an individual. What have you done to say what up? So yeah, that's my answer to that, man. So. This is where I have my thing. From AD744, HH, what would you say are the top 5 best transfers made this summer so far? And I have my list. I have my list right here. My list is right here. So I have to write this down. So shout out to transfermarket.com. Let's go to transfer markets and see what the ones were there. So we're going to go from 1, 2, 3, 4, from 5 to 1. Well, we're going to go from 5 to 1. And then I'm going to write this go. So number 5, I put DePaul. I think the guy was fantastic in the Copa America final. He was, in my opinion, man of the match in the Copa America final. Had an amazing game. I think he perfectly fits what Atletico are about, which is why it's such a good transfer. Not only is he a good player, a big game player, but he has the aggression. He has the tenacity. He can be a thug and get down and dirty, but as well, he can play. He can pass. He can produce. And we now know that he can pick out a great pass as he did for Di Maria and as he did for Messi. So it improves the quality of Atletico's midfield, gives some assistance to Koke, Saul, and so forth. But also as well, he very much fits the very strong, tenacious culture and aesthetic that Simeone brings, which is why I just think it's a very, very, very good signing, which is, I think, is a great fit. So that's number 5. Number 4, Alaba. We already talked about it. Winning mentality. It's come from a winning culture. Can play left back, can play central defense, can play DM. Very good crosser, very good passer of the ball. And I think that, he is a very, very good player to help bring in some good quality for Real Madrid. Because yes, you want to have your young players and so forth, but what Alaba brings is experience and knowing what it means to win, which is what Real are about. Because Real are all about winning, because they're all about, no, we have to win the UCL every single year. So I think you have a guy who understands what it means to win a UCL, understands what it means to win, and will not take any crap and will not settle for anything less. So I think it's very great to have him not only on the pitch, but also off the pitch in the dressing room as well. Number 3, Sancho. Very talented player, so amazingly talented. One of my favorite players to watch. Can play right wing, can play in the center, can become as a playmaker. And I just think that he will bring more to the table than Daniel James, who only has speed, and Greenwood, who still needs to improve. I just think that his years spent in Dublin and so forth has helped to breed a greater confidence in him. I think if Solskjaer can allow him to really express himself and give him the freedom, it increases the creativity, the dynamism, and just the footballing quality of United, which I think has been lacking. A lot of games United have looked very still, very boring, and void of an imaginative player. So I think with Sancho, who I think if he's given agency to really be creative and make things happen, I think it can definitely improve United in those tight games. Number 2, I went for Tomori. Tomori. This is and I think for my number 2, number 1, I think it's also based on age. I don't know what Chelsea were smoking. I don't know what Chelsea were smoking, allowing this guy to go. And I blame that clown Frank Homeboy. Very good defender. And ever since I saw him for Chelsea, I was like, wow, this guy is this composed and accomplished at this age. Wow. And the very fact that Maldini earmarked him means that it must be something. He came in on loan, did supremely well, pretty much fitted into and it's a very good fitting for whether it's Kerr or Romagnoli. Did a very good job, and I think he's now held down a position to the point of where, either Romagnoli or Kerr will have to bounce, because I think Tomori has now put in a claim and even scored against, I think it's Juventus in their rats against them. So remember, defenders can play until they're 34, 35, 36. So you've bought a young player who can play for, maybe say, how old is this dude? So you bought a young player who can play for several years, 23. He's going to be 24 this year. So 24 years of age, you can easily get 10 good years out of him. 10 really good years out of him. Obviously, Simon K is obviously 32 years of age. So I think really the partnership is really going to be him and Romagnoli. Romagnoli is 26, he's 23. So I think young defender, very good defender, super composed, and has fits it into Milan perfectly. So for Milan, you have a defender locked in down for like the next decade. So it's a very, 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 very smart signing. So my number one signing, that I have to put down is the man, the myth, the legend, Gianluigi Donnarumma. I think I remember when he even first came onto the scene for Milan. I think he was 17 or 18, and guys already said that no, this is going to be the next dude. This is going to be the next great keeper. And I was like, oh, he was pretty good. Then he started to make some mistakes, some fumbles, and guys were like, Then he got better, concentrated. And you always need that one tournament to really announce yourself. And it was at the Euros. Deservedly winning player of the tournament, winning 2 penalty shootouts with clutch saves, as well as making very key saves in open play. And he had to make some big saves both against Spain and against Belgium, 2 very good attacking sides. I think he's already shown that now, when Neuer leaves, he's going to take the place as the next big keeper. And I think he's going to be the next great keeper. So the fact that PSG have now bought a guy so young who's already, like, when you do look at the best keepers in the world right now, people will say Neuer, Courtois, Donnarumma. And if you just say out of for form right now, it's possibly between Courtois and Donnarumma based on who are the most informed keepers right now. So the fact that PSG got him, it's going to be the signing of the summer. You signed the player of the tournament at the Euros, and you've signed arguably one of the best players in his position in the world, who is 22 years of age and who probably in the next few years will be considered the best keeper in the world, and who, if he continues to improve on so much and so forth, can actually now be in the discussion with Neuer, Buffon, Schmeichel, Kahn, with regards to the best keepers of all time. So it is a very big signing. It's a very, very big signing for PSG, and that's why that is my number one signing of the summer, man. All right. Now, I think this is our last question, man. Last question. Let me take another sip. From from Joseph Naji. Thank you, Mr. My Niger bro. My Q&A question. If there has only ever been 2 people that have achieved this level of consistency ever in centuries of the game and counting, how is that not scientific or statistical proof enough that consistency is harder to achieve than moments? And yes, there aren't other examples of similar consistency to measure them by. Just ask Götze, James Rodriguez, or Renato Sanchez, Dybala, or even your boy Mbappe. They all fooled you all to thinking they're the truth. But alas, moments, however grand, are ultimately not the true test of quality, it seems. Big words, man. Joseph uses big words, man. And yeah, because he's like, because you're like a doctor, you just want to use big words. Think it's so smart, man. Consistency is cool. Consistency is really cool. Consistency is overrated. Consistency is overrated. I respect consistency. I appreciate consistency. But ultimately speaking, consistency is overrated because consistency is just what it is. My consistency is not proof of greatness. Now, I do agree, and I've said this many times, we will never see any player as consistent as Messi or Cristiano, specifically Messi. See, Messi and Cristiano share goal scoring, but Messi is on an island with himself with regards to we will never ever see a player who has performed at such a level overall like Messi ever again. Hence why, he is in a special pantheon of one of the most talented players we've ever seen and the most consistent player of all time. But for me, greatness is dud. Greatness is Dodd. Dodd isn't Elche, Eibar, Lugo. Dropping a 5-piece on Lugo is cool. It's a 5-piece is a 5-piece, but you dropped a 5-piece on Lugo. You drop a 5-piece on Lugo 5 times, 6 times. It's amazing. It's Lugo. You doing anything against Lugo cannot be proof of greatness. So as consistent as these players have been, Dodd, degree of difficulty. How hard did he have to work? Pressure. Pressure. That's greatness. That is a measure of greatness. Is a difficult situation, what were you able to do? What Zidane did against that Brazil team is greatness. What Ronaldo did in 02 is greatness. What Maradona did for those 2 years is greatness. What Pele did as a 17-year-old is greatness. And as a 29-year-old as well is greatness. What Beckenbauer did playing with a broken arm, as well as redefining what it means to be a defender, is greatness. As well as also saying what's up in World Cup as a defender is greatness. So I need those Dodd examples. And for me, consistency is consistency. For me, I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, again, 30 goals, 50 goals. It's amazing. It is amazing, and I applaud it. Congrats. World Cup final, what up? Copa America final, what up? High pressure, what up? The game is hard. Things are not going your way, what up? You're playing against your guys who want to hack you, break it down. What up? You're going up against a stacked Germany team, stacked France team, tough defenders, hard team. What up? It's a high pressure moment. Pressure is on. What up? So, Joseph, I know you're a doctor and so forth and everything, but consistency is not and will never ever be an example of greatness. Okay, it will never ever be an example of greatness. Guys, I'm not going to take your questions from the live chat, but guys, I've been talking for an hour straight. So I'm going to have 5 minutes of a break. So 5 minutes just to relax. So guys, get yourself a drink, get yourself a sandwich. I'll be back here in 5 minutes to answer all of your questions in the live chat. So guys, I'll see you guys back in 5. Peace, peace, peace. I'll be back in 5. Yo, 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 your boy's back, your boy's back, your boy's back, man. Back in the game, back in the game, back in the game, man. Let's do this, man. So, what are you kids saying, man? What are you kids saying? All right. So, send in those cues, guys. Send in those cues. Send in those cues. Send in those cues, man. Actually, let me just make sure that I'm not missing any dubs. Make sure I'm missing no dubs. Missing no dubs. All right, let's see. Okay. From Abdul. Oh, announcement of Eric Garcia got twice the likes of Sancho. Is that true? Okay, because I know that United are not relevant footballing wise, but are you saying that no that can't be no, come on, bro. Abdul, you're smoking crack. You're smoking. I don't know what Sancho link you showed. There is no chance in hell. There's no chance in hell a signing of a dude called Eric is going to get more likes than the signing of Sancho. It's like one of the most talked about signings of the whole summer. It's scientifically impossible for Eric Garcia to have more likes than Sancho. And my thing is that forget Instagram. No one cares about Instagram. On Twitter, which is where things go down, on Twitter, the most likes are from Sancho. That's just a cold hard fact. It is scientifically and technically impossible for a dude called Eric Garcia to have more likes than freaking Sancho for Man United, man. Let's keep it real, man. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. From Mr. Miguel Rabines. Is it better not to sign a striker if no Lukaku, Haaland, Lewandowski, or Kane? We've been born before with alternatives like Higuain, Pato, and Morata. Yes. For me, I agree with that. If there is no striker, so if Chelsea can't get Lukaku, Haaland, Lewandowski, or Kane, no trash alternative. I don't want to see Pato, Morata, Higuain, none of that crap. So, again, look, Miguel, that you're talking about a nightmare exorcist wreck omen scenario. And Miguel, I'm not there yet because Miguel, that would be a very, very, very sad day. It would be an extremely sad, depressing day if the end of the transfer window, Chelsea don't have a striker. That would be horrible. You know, I mean, if that happens, I never want to see Marina's face ever again. I don't care about me too. Okay. What about me three? Literally me too. What about me three or me four? If that happens, I want Marina get your bloody face out of this. Get your bloody face out of this freaking office, man. You know, so basically, I will throw her out at the office man myself. If Chelsea don't sign a striker, I'm throwing Marina out the freaking office myself. Get the freaking heck out, you trash piece of crap. But if we do reach that scenario, I mean, you just have to retrain. Havertz, you've got to be a striker. You've got to be a striker. And see, now, if that scenario occurs, Miguel, is it wise to sell Tammy? So Chelsea would have tread carefully. So if you sell Tammy to Arsenal or West Ham, and this guy drops 20 to 25 Gs, and Werner limps to 3 Gs, two of which he didn't even know about, and one of which he basically trips over himself, and like the top scorer is 5. Like, how will Chelsea look? So yeah, man, bro, Chelsea have to tread very carefully indeed, man. From LSK Laxon, who supports Boychester Divided. From LSK Laxon, who supports Boychester Divided. HH is inconsistent. That's why he's the GOAT analyst. LSK Laxon, you bum. First off, you got one part of it right, which is I'm the GOAT analyst. Thank you. I'm consistently amazing. which is why I have been the greatest football analyst for several years. LSK Laxton, you absolute trash loser. I hope Sancho fails. I hope Sancho fails, and I hope that Solskjaer ruins him and he drops a disaster class. Okay, Sancho has ruined his career by going to your trash club. You've not won a trophy in like 5 years. Like, how do you support a club who can't win a trophy in 5 years? And you have the audacity to speak to the UCL winners. Piers Jackson, man, you have some cheek, you trash bum. From your boy Hamza 3096, man. Thank you for the dog 3096. So Hamza 3096 says, how important is style when judging players? Gerd Muller balled and won the World Cup, Euros, 3-peat CL, and mind-blowing stats. He's not talked of amongst the top 5 out of 10. This is true, Hamza. I mean, this is true. Style is very big because I liken it to the Gladiator movie when what was called Oliver Reed's character says to Maximus that you want to entertain the crowd, and it's about not just winning but winning in style, and that's where the line comes from. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is that not why you're here? People want to be entertained, and it's the entertainers that really stay in people's minds. And it's not whether you win, it's how you win. Floyd Mayweather is unbeaten, but people have greater reverence for Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard, and Mike Tyson, because those guys, even if they have worse records than Floyd Mayweather, it's how they boxed. Like Muhammad Ali redefined how heavyweight boxers moved. Mike Tyson redefined knockouts. Sugar Ray Leonard brought style. Roy Jones freaking Jr. So again, if you look at Gerd Muller's record, it's freaking amazing. And international football is more difficult than club football, and his goal ratio for international football is freaking amazing. So, but the thing was that if we're talking about the top strikers of all time, you have to mention Gerd Muller, and Gerd Muller is top 5 based off striking. Because the thing about a striker is, we're not talking about you dribbling. No, it's you. How good are you at striking and goal scoring? How good are you a goal scorer? Are you? Gerd Muller is top 5. Did I say top 3? If you just talk about Dodd, degree of difficulty, and how many times he came clutch in big games, Gerd Muller, you can make an argument might. If we're talking about Dodd, degree of difficulty, and how many times you show up in big games, Gerd Muller has a strong argument as being the greatest striker. He has a strong argument. He has a strong argument. Like, oh yeah, guys, like again, we have to mention Eto. Did you see that Eto clip where Eto says that when the guy says, "Oh, do you have any advice for Ansu Fati because you played with Messi?" And I says, "No, I didn't play with Messi. Messi played with me." It's like when I think it's when Janet Jackson said that, "Oh no, Michael Jackson, I'm not Michael Jackson's sister. He's my brother." It's like, oh, damn. So yeah, I think style is a very big thing. People remember the more stylish players rather than the players that just did their job very, very well. So it's how you do things in the sport. The reason why I just feel that maybe some people will have greater reverence for Federer and Nadal than Djokovic. Because Djokovic, that statistically is better than Nadal and Federer. But because of Nadal's power and how intense and physical he is, and just Federer's flair, and just how graceful and beautiful Federer was to play, people will probably have fonder memories and remember Federer and Nadal more fondly than Djokovic, because Djokovic just doesn't have the style that Nadal or Federer had. So that's just the thing. But Gerd Muller, you have to put some respect on his name. From LSK Laxon, who says, we are so irrelevant that we snatched the Jad from you. YSK Jackson, you snatched the guy who missed a penalty in a final. I mean, do you really want to go there? So it was. I mean, very nice. Do you really want to go there? So actually, don't poke the bear. Don't poke the bear. You signed a guy who has Bundesliga tax. How good is the Bundesliga really? And you signed a dude who who wasn't even good enough to start for the England team. So you signed a guy who can't even displace Saka, a test tube child. And when he did play, he missed a penalty. So how good is Sancho really? I told you, don't. And he was the Jad when he was coming for Chelsea. Now, no. So why is it? Don't poke the bear, bro. Don't poke the bear. Your boy Paul Kicklin says, HH, is your dream job the director of football at Chelsea Football Club? Also, have you seen the video, Chris? Guys, I think we have the greatest. This is the greatest job of all time. Paul, I need to pull this up. Because this might be the greatest job of all time. This might be the greatest job of all time. All right. So this is says, HH, is your dream job the director of football at Chelsea Football Club? Also, have you seen the video, Christina? I don't know, but I'm saving this screen, but I don't give it that way. I'm saving this screen my way. Hold up. I'm saving. No, this is the greatest job of all time. I don't care what it says. Paul, well done. This is going into because you know what? I'm going to put like a holy grail of amazing dubs. This is in the holy grail of amazing dubs. Paul, bro, you're a legend, bro. You're a legend. You are a legend. Paul, this dub is so good. Paul, send me an email. I'm sending you a share. Hopefully you're in the UK or something. This dub is so good, Paul. Send me and email me via the website. I'm sending you a shirt. This is in the Hall of Fame of dubs. This is in the Hall of because we're going to start to do a Hall of Fame of dubs. This is in the Hall of Fame of dubs. Actually, no. My dream job is to be one of my dream jobs to be actually no, it's either a right hand man of Bram or manager of the Nigerian football team. It's not one of the two. Nigerian manager or the right hand man of Bram. So basically, I run. You know what you're right. The director of football. Basically, I run all the transfers and so forth. Because trust me, making me the director of football, I am getting those. Paul, remember, send me an email. Paul, send me that email. I'm sending you a shirt. That is a brilliant play of words. That is a brilliant, genius play of words, man. Super. Paul, send me that email, bro. Don't send me a Twitter DM, but send me an email or Twitter, or send me a DM on Twitter, or send me an email. I'm sending you a shirt. I'm sending you a shirt straight away, man. That shirt is coming straight to you on an official shirt, man. Be real, man. So let's see what else you guys are saying, man. From Suleiman, who says, HH, just buy goat weight from us for 50 million euros. Suleiman. So from a dub that lifted my spirits and made me happy to a dub that makes me want to self-harm. Suleiman, did you realize that the phone call that I made? I mean, did you watch the video? Did you watch the video that I made? Do you know how I've been pleading with freaking Marina and so forth? Tell you right now, Suleiman, keep goat weight. Haaland or Lewandowski. No Haaland, no Partey. No Lewandowski, no Partey. No Haaland or Lewandowski, we riot. Okay? No Haaland or Lewandowski, we riot. Okay? Abdul says, check Twitter DM for proof. Abdul, you're smoking reefer. Okay? You are smoking reefer. Okay? You're smoking grass. You're either smoking grass or you're sniffing freaking glue, man. All right, what's happening here? Oh man, Abdul, you're so sad, man. Okay, let me first check this. Bro, this is on Instagram, bro. You know what? He's not lying. He's not lying. But my thing though is, okay, wait, hold up, wait. You see, you've not put the okay. So June 5th. Wait, Abdul, are you high? Wait, guys, Abdul, this is for you. Abdul, first of all, I'm going to give you a couple of these, man. First of all, I'm going to give you this. Then I'm going to give you this. And lastly, this.
Damn bloody fool.
Guys, can you see? Please look at this nonsense that Abdul sent me. All right, what are we doing here? Okay. Because I want you to see the nonsense that this guy just said. And he said it with his chest. So, first thing here. So, let's look at because he's right, but he's wrong. First of all, let's look at there we go, this one here. 1 million. He's right. Oh my gosh. 1.9 million. Okay, cool. And now let's close that. And let's now look at the other one. 1.8 million. Oh my gosh. Abdul, you're so right. We're so wrong. Oh my gosh, Abdul, well, I'm so sorry. You are a genius. You were right all along. Now, let me put on my Inspector Gadget. That's white blonde dude from Scooby-Doo. And let me go all Pacino in Heat on this dude. Wait. So no, okay, no, sorry. So this is okay. Wait, let me bring this up again. So let's look at Exhibit A again. Let's look at Exhibit A again, and let's just see this nonsense this guy is doing. Oh no, what am I really doing? So K. Sorry, Exhibit A. So guys, can you see something specific here? Look at the likes and look at the text under the likes. What does that say? June 1st. June 1st. What is today's date? July 23rd. It says June 1st under that freaking thing. Now let's go to Exhibit B. Exhibit B. What date does it say below that? It says 10 hours ago. It doesn't even have a freaking date. So 24 hours have not even gone. 10 hours ago. Abdul, you're comparing likes from June 1st to likes 10 hours ago. So this only has about, what's it called? A few 100,000 likes less than an image that came out on the 1st of June. And the other one that he put, which was thingy, is from June 15th. One more time. I mean, Abdul, man, you flopped there, bro. I mean, like, Abdul, like, bro, that's that's so. Do you really believe that when guys in Japan, Australia, on the West Coast in America, when other guys start to wake up and so forth, and when these things begins to permeate and so forth, they're not going to be more likes? By the time we get to the end of tomorrow, that'll probably be on 2 million likes. Oh, oh man. Look, man, Abdul, man. Bro, man, look, man, you messed up, man. Like that's it. That's class B, man. That's class B. That's straight up class B. So from so hold up. Okay, from Mr. Man says, play the Sterling misreaction on the screen, please. Oh no, I only save it for special moments, man. That Sterling misreaction, I always save it for special moments, only for special moments. From Suleiman, who says, Suleiman, this is not going to get you a shirt, by the way, but he says, respect Sancho HH. He bowled. It says, Luman says, respect Sancho HH. He bowled against Ukraine. He bowled against Ukraine. So United are getting a player who bowled against Ukraine, missed the penalty in the final, got displaced by a test tube baby called Saka, got yearly raped by Bayern Munich in their classic and bowled against Schalke, Augsburg. And he's been bowling. He's been bowling in a league where oh shit. He's been bowling in a league where that piece of trash garbage part of him called Timo Werner dropped dropped 20 goals, man. Oh Jesus. Oh man. Oh shit. You guys need to relax, man. You guys need to relax. From your boy Hamza 3096, man. Thank you for the dub, man. Hamza 3096. Thank you for the dub. Hamza 3096 says, do you agree that Cristiano Ronaldo GOAT talk equals self-proclaimed? With Messi, agree or not, it isn't just his fanboys who argue his case. Most only compare Cristiano Ronaldo to Messi. You see, I put out a video like years ago, back when I was in the other crib, and in the video I titled the video the Messi Cristiano comparison is a myth. It's a complete and utter myth. It's fiction, because the only thing that's comparable with Cristiano and Messi is goal scoring. You know, apart from goal scoring, there is no comparison. There is literally no comparison between the both of them. Like performance-wise, Messi is on a whole different freaking planet. So, and I see, for me, Cristiano, I think that he does a lot of arguing for him being the GOAT and so forth. I don't think Messi has ever liked a thing or done anything alluding to him being a GOAT or so forth, because he just plays. And I've always said that Messi has never cared about the comparison. I think the only thing that has bothered Messi is winning something for Argentina. That has been the only thing bothering him. He's not. I don't think Messi has ever chased records, goal records. Like they don't mean anything to him. But Cristiano, I just think that he is very conscious of being regarded as his GOAT and great. Hence why he wants to start part against Lithuania, Liechtenstein, Greenland, and Cambodia. So, it is. I do think that a lot of it is self-proclaimed, and I think most of it is put forth towards his fanboys. I told you, I'm not a Cristiano fanboy. I'm not a Messi fanboy, but for me, I already know that Messi is in a different galaxy compared to as a footballer. They're not in the same galaxy. They're not in the same galaxy, and I say to people, the 2021 Messi is a better player than peak Cristiano. Peak Cristiano was a beast. The guy was a super player. Messi is a freak of nature. Cristiano was just an extremely good player. Messi is a freak of nature. There's a difference between a freak of nature and an amazing player. So, bro, of course it's self-proclaimed. Of course it's self-proclaimed. And anybody with any shred of sense, anybody with any shred of footballing sense that understands what football is about knows that there is no comparison between these two dudes, man. There's no comparison at all. He's back. From LSK Laxon, who says, so by your logic, your beard is I'm gonna have to reconsider whether I allow this dude back into the hangouts, man. I'm gonna have to reconsider long and hard. So LSK Laxon, who supports the Boy Chester Divided. Let's see what the crap this loser says. So this loser known as LSK Laxon says, so by your logic, your beard is so inconsistent that it looks good or even acceptable. Oh, and by the way, it's the CCL winners. Also, your tennis analysis was class A. So let me break down this nonsense this loser put down here. So I normally shave. So you can insult my beard all you want. I know my beard doesn't always grow like fully out, but I'm going to shave, and I think that I think the beard looks sexy. The ladies love the beard. The CCL winners. It's funny you say that because when I went to Stamford Bridge, it says UEFA Champions League winners, and I think that Chelsea are going to do it in trophy very, very soon. So if it's the CCL winners, why is it that on the beautiful silver trophy that is now perfectly resting in Stamford Bridge, why does it say UEFA Champions League winners 2021? Surely, if it's CCL, it would say CCL winners. So LSK Laxon, you're the only moron on planet Earth who says CCL winners. 97.99% of people who live on this earth recognize Chelsea as the Champions League winners. Get me a trophy. Also, your tennis analysis was class A. Nadal and Federer are seen as more stylish. That's a fact. Hence why the big thing is Djokovic does not get the recognition he deserves, because people just like the way that Nadal and Federer play. That's a fact. So LSK Laxon again says LL went from the B. Come on. So what it says, LL went from the BLM to EDL as soon as Jad signed. Relax. Okay, look, there's no part of me that said you mixed race, light skinned, caramel flavored piece of crap. I never said that. I never said that. Okay, so I never called him a halfling or so forth. So relax. Okay, so no, I mean, it's fine. All I'm saying is that he missed a penalty. So how good is he really if he can't score from 18 yards out? How good is he really if he's a guy that is living with Bundesliga tax? All right, let's see what else you kids are saying in the live thing. Guys, remember to check out that website, man, the official website, halfoffootballhot.com, baby. Halfoffootballhot.com, the official website. What do you guys say, man? All right, let's see what we guys say. When Ronaldo wins the World Cup, he'll finally become the greatest footballer to ever live. What did he do in the Euro Cup final? And you can't say cheerleading. So that's the thing. If you can tell me what he did in the Euro Cup final without saying cheerleading, then I can say the greatest. So even if he wins the World Cup, what did he do? What did he do in the Euro Cup final? Eder lives. Say his name, Eder lives. Say his name, Eder lives. So, guys, I told you, man, you can say all you want about this dude. The guy is a fraud. He's a fraud. He'll always be a fraud for all time, man. Okay? Guy will always be a fraud. Okay, well, no, I'm not looking cool, man. All right. What else you could say? Ooh, okay. All right. Shots fired, man. Shots fired. Pew, 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 pew. HH. Memphis Depay has more goals and assists than Sancho last season in an arguably same difficulty league and a better Euros. But you hear about it because it's not fashionable. Who is better, Depay or Sancho? I'll be real with you. Now you can't say he had a better Euros than Sancho because Sancho hardly played. So get that argument out of there. But I prefer Sancho. But all things considered, I would say Depay has perhaps performed better for Lyon than Sancho with Dortmund. And I would argue that maybe the French league is probably a bit more difficult than Bundesliga. Perhaps. So you could make that argument. But because they're both ballers. But Depay is a real good player. And if Koeman fits him into the team well, I do believe that he can definitely say what's up. All right, what else you guys saying? Let me see. Now, Depay in that bad, man. Last time we went to the Chelsea game, long time ago. I think 01. So I went to the game with a guy called James Houghton, and it was Chelsea Fulham. And the guy turned out to be a racist. How fun is that? So the guy who took me to my very first Chelsea game, where I went to the Chelsea Mega store. That's when we had the black Chelsea kit and I had my name printed on the back. And it was me, him, and his father. Because he was like one of my first friends in when I was back in school, turned out to be a racist. Small world, eh? So, um, so yeah, so maybe ever since that experience, maybe that has sort of like stopped me from going back to the beach because it was such a wedding. So like, oh my gosh, like damn, bro. Do you know how wild that is? That I went to a game in '01 and some people were not even born in freaking '01 because me and Red Devil were having a discussion because we did like a Marvel breakdown. And I was talking about how I don't want that piece of crap Hugh Jackman as Wolverine again. And then, because X-Men came out in 2000. And they said that Hugh Jackman has been playing Wolverine for longer than some people have been alive. Do you know how crazy that is? He's been playing the character of Wolverine longer than people have been alive. That's absolutely insane, man. Excuse me? Wait. Oh, wow. Damn, I am old, man. I am freaking old. I am freaking old, man. Bro, do you know how wild that is? Do you know how basically it's that? Do you know how wild that is? There are some people who, when we're going out, because I remember what's it called? I think it was Return of the King. Me, my two brothers, and my sister, we actually queued up, and we're actually at the front of the queuing on to because we wanted to because you couldn't secure a seat, so we had to queue to the front to get to the seat, so we get to the Return of the King. So the guys who weren't even born when freaking Fellowship of the Ring came out. That's mad, man. That's mad. So you couldn't even, because I always feel bad that I couldn't experience the 1989 Batman and Terminator 2 in cinemas, because I always feel jealous of people who watched T2, Jurassic Park, and Batman in the cinemas. But there are guys who never saw Fellowship. Oh my, that is crazy. So if you were born in '01 or '02, you never saw Fellowship, Return of the King, or 2000 cinemas. That's bad. Oh my God. That's crazy, bro. That is absolutely crazy, man. Relax, Brasky, relax. Easy. Bro, as I say, I don't even want to reveal my age. Basically, I told you I was born. I told you because I'm a myth. I didn't want to reveal my age. But let's just say as I was born before the 90s. I was gonna say I was born before the 90s. Basically, like I am very aware of the 90s. I'm very aware of SWV when Michael Jackson became white. What's it called? 90s pop. Shout out to Britney Spears, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC. 90s rap doing its own thing. When Pheromone, Most Def, Talib Kweli first dropped and so forth. So I'm very aware of the 90s, man. That's wild, man. So Suleiman said zero faith in Cowman. Koeman. Lost both games against Real. Did he have a proper summer? Because Real means that did he really have a proper summer? Because unless he has a proper summer, you can't really judge him. Remember, Koeman originally wanted Wijnaldum and Depay. He never wanted Griezmann. Griezmann was, and remember, he came into a horrible situation. The Bartomeu crap, Messi, not sure whether he wanted to be here or so forth. So it's a very tough situation, man. So, this is the season where you're not truly judging. It's this season. you're judging fully for this season, not the other season, man. But Zizou said, "What's up?" Now, here's the funny thing: is Ancelotti going to be able to do as good as Zizou, or could this be a disaster class in waiting, man? Nobody knows when I was born, so relax, man. Excuse me? Please tell me you're trolling. Please tell me you're trolling. I am begging you, please tell me that you're trolling by saying that. Please tell me that you're trolling. Oh my. You see, the world is a fascinating place. The world is a fascinating place, man. I think there are just some people who you just know, there's some people who those 3 years are non-existent. Those were, I don't think you realize what those 3 years were. 01, 02, 03, and 03 is special for me. People call me crazy. I say that. People say that. What was the time that you were happiest ever in your life? The happiest I was probably ever in my life was probably summer of 03, because that was Matrix Reloaded. But 03 was Reloaded, Revolutions, and Return of the King. But those 3 years, because you had Fellowship in 01 Christmas, Two Towers Christmas 02, and Return of the King, I don't think you realize how huge those 3 years were, based off just what those films. I mean, man, you missed out. You missed out. HH, your top 5 artists, UK and USA. You see, I'm not really into that. I need to now probably get back into my whole UK rap scene. But, gosh, what's the name of that? What's the name of the really famous dude, man? Oh god. He did that song with Linkin Park, UK artist, originally from Ghana, UK artist, very famous dude. What's his name? Really famous dude. He did a song with. Don't name the really famous UK artists. He did a song with. Boy, come on, somebody name me one of those famous UK artists, man. Stormzy, thank you, Stormzy. Yes, Stormzy. So, okay, I'll put Stormzy in there from the UK mass. Kendrick Lamar. See, when you use the word artist, it encompasses a lot of stuff, man. So him, Kendrick Lamar, HHER for sure. She is incredible. So her for sure. If you can say bands, I will say the internet. If you can say bands, I'll say the internet. And then I must say I'll probably still say J. Cole. I'll probably say see, this is just of right now, not all time. This is of right now. Because if it's all time, then that's a whole different ball of wax, man. As Good Jackson says, 0304 is the year HH found his love for Uncle Mo. Bro, I told you, man. Uncle Mo, it was a match made in heaven, man. It was a match made in heaven, man. Me and Uncle Mo, it was a match. I told you, Uncle Mo is one of the best things to ever happen to football. Easily one of the best things to happen to football. A legend in his name. HH, do you think Messi can become the second greatest free kick of all time behind Juninho before he retires? I already think that he might be top 5. You've got Juninho. You've got Beckham. Top three. I reckon that already top three all time. Juninho, Bex, and Messi. Is Messi already better than Bex? In terms of frequency, amount of goals scored, and he hasn't declined. Like Juninho will never be beat. Like Juninho just he redefined free kick taking. So my thing is that could you think that you can put him already in the second man? Here, I feel he's already the second best free kick taker of all time. In my opinion, I already put him in second man. Like Bex was amazing. Bex was, I mean, it's he better than Bex? Because I insult Bex a lot and so forth. I think the guy is the most overrated player of all time. Bex was an outstanding free kick. Like it was stupid. It literally was like a computer. Like the guy would just go do, 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 do. You know. It's I think for now he might be third. He might be third. You know, I think I'll put him third, man. Bro, come on, man. What are we doing here, man? I mean, come on, like let's not be doing this stuff now. Like, come on, this is a football thing. Let's stick to football and let's not. We can't be objectifying women and so on. That's come on, bro. Let's not. You know, come on, man. Okay, come on, man. Esperanza Gomez. Rates JJ Olatunji on the eye test. He's a Niger boy. Who the heck is JJ Olatunji, man? If this is bro, I don't watch. With all due respect, shout out to KSI. He can do his things and so forth. I don't watch his videos, and I'm all about a kill of him. Man, do you, man? Do you? That's just not. It's just not how I flow, man. You know, keeping it real with you, it's just not how I flow. It's just not how I flow, man. Like I just like literally like all these guys like Jake Paul, Logan Paul. I don't watch these. Like it's funny. I do YouTube, but I don't really watch YouTube. Like I'm not into the YouTube guys. Like the YouTube. I told you I have guys that I like. After the YouTube guys I watch, Jody's Corner for movies, Angry Joe for video games, Joe Budden podcast. Although that went all crazy, Drink Champs, and ESPN FC, and Skip and Shannon and First Take. That's it. I have like my set channels and that's it. I don't go YouTube hunting. So I have very specific channels that I watch and very specific people and that's it. So what else you guys say, man? Let's see. Look, Google is your friend. How or Vanessa Blue? Vanessa Blue, Esperanza Gomez, and that's the last I'm singing this. Vanessa Blue, Esperanza Gomez, and that's the last I'm singing this. Or Rosemont Monroe. Where we are. HH, what's with Dybala? His club and Bond 3 both need him. Was he just overhyped or does he have the talent? He's technically in his prime, so he has to step up and fast because the World Cup is coming. I think we need to do a video and expose into Dybala. Do you realize that there was Dybala before that 2017 final and Dybala after that 2017 final? Like, I think that the dude just completely just got like they took his soul. His soul was taken from him after that 2017 final. Ever since then, he's not been the same, and it's one of the craziest, weirdest things that I've ever seen. Of like, how can a guy fall off the map to such a big degree? How? I mean, for me, it's mad. It's completely mad, man. It's completely mad, and his. Remember, on the run up to that in that 2017 run, Dybala was that dude. Hence why I was like, man, you've like this. That was supposed to be Dybala's coming out party, where Dybala now announces himself as he's that dude, and then the guy just got bricked up by Real Madrid, man. So he has never been the same ever since that 2017 final. And look at it now, like supposed to be Juve's golden boy. And the worst thing, and I think this is just the biggest indictment, is the fact that Argentina won the Copa America without him. It's almost similar to the whole Neymar thing. It's like, bro, so we don't even really need you. So, isn't Skip and you from the same generation? Why Skip? Relax. Okay, I am old. I'm not ancient. Okay, I am beyond time and so forth. But relax, I ain't that old. Okay, so you best watch that self, man. I ain't that old, man. Okay, relax. I'm not that freaking old. So where things are. Thoughts on the Pogba contract dispute? It's very simple. United have to just accept that he wants to move on. And I think that looking at Twitter and what some United fans are saying, it's pretty much like, hey, look, we have to move on. Survived after Bex left, survived after Cantona, survived after Cristiano. You have to live on and survive. And my thing is, make a good deal. Just try and make a good deal. And if 50 mil is the price, PSG can pay 50. You can pay 50. So my thing is it's now coming closer to fruition. And guys, we could potentially have Pogba and Mbappe move this summer. That is still a possibility, but I think Pogba is much more closer moving than Mbappe is. But I think for United, your hands are tied. If he's adamant that he's not signing a contract, you can't force him to sign. So if he's not going to sign a contract, you have to make the deal. You have to make the freaking deal, man. So that's my thing. All right. Well, I have his jersey, and I went and thanks to eBay, I have his jersey. Penny Hardaway. That is my favorite thing of all time. Your boy Penny Hardaway, man. Yeah, like because I began watching basketball in the 90s and so forth, and Penny Hardaway was just the guy that resonated with me, which is why I follow the Magic, man. Wouldn't bringing in Pogba be partly to entice Mbappe to stay? This is true. Mr. Shane, this is true. Because I did think about that, if you bring in Pogba, that could be a that could be a chess move. That could be a real chess move to keep your boy to keep a boy Mbappe, because Mbappe and Pogba are good friends and they get along well together. So if you're Mbappe and Pogba, you see Pogba come through, walking in the door and so forth, does that convince you to perhaps stay? I don't know. Perhaps, maybe, potentially. So it's all really depends, man. It's all really. Does Mbappe stay if Pogba comes to PSG? He just might. He just might. Because when you just look at what PSG look like with Mbappe, Pogba, Neymar, and so forth, bro, I think he might. You know what? Yeah, he might just stay, man. He might just stay. From LS Galaxin, who says, London Blues ain't making it out of the groups in the UCL. LS Galaxin, you don't get to say that. You see, a team who didn't go through the groups doesn't get to say, oh, you won't go through none. You don't have that right. You don't deserve that right. Okay? You don't deserve that right. We're called Chelsea Football Club, aka the UCL winners. You using London Blues to slander us just makes you look foolish because you're addressing the Champions League winners. I'm sorry. You're addressing the Champions League winners and you support the club who've not won a trophy in 6 years. In 6 years. So LSK Laxon, hush. Your boy Suleiman, think of the dub. Suleiman, think of the dub. Top 5 worst football managers. I thought I read best. Worst football managers. Saint-Étienne is definitely in there. Mark Hughes. Is it right now of all time? Because if it's all time, you put a look at Dominic. You've got to look at De Boer. And then you've also got to look at could you say McLaren for how crap he was for England? So you see, Sampoli, no. I think Sampoli, he just got unlucky with the whole Adesina situation. I don't want to say Dunga, but me saying Dunga is more. I think me saying Dunga is more personal than it's being factual, just because he didn't pick Ronaldinho in 2010. And that was like the first video. The first video I made on this channel was Dunga not picking Ronaldinho for the 2010 World Cup. Something that I will ever, never, ever forgive him for. You bastard. I'm sorry. I don't give a damn. You freaking bastard. To not pick Ronaldinho for a potential last World Cup, you piece of crap. You dickhead. Sorry. But yeah, Dunga. But I think if you say the worst, like amongst the worst, you've got to just be Saint-Étienne, man. I mean, 8-2. 8. I mean, yeah. Like I can't think of anything worse than Saint-Étienne. I can't think of anything worse than Saint-Étienne. No. Wait, who said Moise? No, Moise is I. Moise is I. And from your boy LSK Laxon, no one cares about Mbappe. #penalties are easy. Who's a World Cup winner? As a teenager, who is a World Cup winner? LSK Laxon, I told you. Who cares whether you miss a penalty? Like, Mbappe has a World Cup. He has a World Cup, I told you. Until those losers get a World Cup, bro, I'm holding on to that argument, man. I'm holding on to that argument. I'm holding on to that freaking argument. A World Cup is a World Cup. Now, if those guys get a World Cup, you won't see me. Because I'm never acknowledging their World Cup. So, they have the money-ish, but I don't think the Galacticos. Oh, but yeah, Alan Pardew, that's another good one. Pardew's another good one. I don't think the Glazers would entertain that. No. So I don't see them being the next Galacticos. No. And if you think about it, there's never really been a Premier League team that has really been Galacticos. Even if when you look at Man City, there's never been a Premier League team that has been what Real were or what PSG are right now. And I just don't think it's perhaps in the culture for a Premier League team to operate like that. And also you have to think as well is the market. I mean, I know London is cool, but between London and Madrid, where are you going to go? Between London and Paris, where are you going to go? So I'm just thinking that, Paris and Madrid are just sexy and more attractive destinations for superstars than a London is with all the weather, man. So, I mean, to be honest, I mean, if United gets Sancho, they bring in Varane, they get Goretzka. See, even if they get Goretzka, Sancho, they get Varane, that's not a Galacticos. It's a pretty good unit. It's a pretty good crew, but it's not Mbappe, Neymar, Hakimi, Ramos, Donnarumma. That's a Galacticos, bro. So from Suleiman said that should we sue Real Betis for false advertisement? In what sense? Suleiman, tell me why. In what sense? Why? Who did Betis give you? Wait, for false advertisement? Because I'm sure this is in relation to someone that Barca bought from them. So who did Barca buy from Real Betis? Then that's that. Oh, Saint-Etienne. Yes, you can. And I think you'd have a case. If you had a really good lawyer, you can sue for false advertisement because he actually did pretty well with Real Betis. And there was nothing in his management with Real Betis that said 8-2. There was nothing he did in Real Betis that said rape. Because it was sodomy. Like what happened to Barcelona against Bayern was sodomy. Like it was straight up, it was a public undressing. It was an appraisal. Like Bayern gave Barcelona a full-on appraisal. It was a full-on appraisal and dressing down, man. So you can. I think you can, man, because look, guys, Barca have suffered, man. Barcelona have suffered. And I'm sorry, Suleiman, do you know why you suffered? It's called karma. Ever since you did what you did in 09, this is that witchcraft. There's a hex. A hex has been put on you by one of the greatest Chelsea witch doctors out there. So unless you, the only way to release the hex is you have to replay that 09 game. If you replay that 09 game, then I told you I will never live that down. I would never. That is the biggest theft in Champions League history. That is the biggest. Do you know what it means to hold 4 in 1 year, hold 4 another year? Do you know what it means? Imagine if it was over. Do you know what it means? Like, I told you, Messi has suffered. Messi has, do you know what it means where you are Lionel Messi, one of the most talented players of all time, and you have to stand on that pitch and get appraised? He got appraised 8 times. Do you know what it means to get appraised? Nah. You see, no. Setien has to talk to Lucifer, man. He has to have a conversation with Lucifer, because if that guy gets caught in the wrong alley, he's getting jumped. He's getting jumped. If Setien gets caught in a castle place or something, he'll get jumped. Because that's only, it's Wikipedia. That's Wikipedia. Guys, I told you that might be the craziest night, I think. That might be the craziest night I've ever experienced in Champions League history. Like, let me see. The most shocking. Oh, that's just funny. And maybe this is something that we should do on Sunday or maybe closer to the Champions League. What is the most shocking night? My thing is that it's a mixture of Miracle at Camp Nou and the nightmare at Anfield. I don't know what is more shocking. Barcelona fumbling a 3-0 lead, or what Barca did to PSG. Barcelona. As bad as what PSG did to Sofia, no one in their right mind thought that Barcelona going into Anfield with 3-0 up, we're going to hold 4. I mean, bruh. Abracadabra, thank you for dropping it up. My HH. I'm a Barca fan, by the way. We disrespected Valverde. Be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you wish for. And I said it, with the receipts are there. The receipts are there. I said, Barca fans, are you sure? Are you sure? Then everybody was twerking for Setting. Oh no, Setting is going to bring back tiki-taka, going to bring back the Barca way of playing, Setting the sounds of how Barca play. Valverde just a pragmatic merchant. Valverde doesn't understand the heart and soul of Barca. I was like, are you sure? Setting came and he saw what happened. 8. Because that 4-0 wasn't on Valverde. That 4-0 was on Cannibal Suarez, Coutinho, and all the guys who failed and flopped for Barcelona. All Barca needed was just one goal. Just one measly goal. And Longley, PK, and all those dudes. I mean, come on. Come on. From your boy Suleiman, man, says, man, I never thought the 7-0 aggregates could get worse. Like, it's the worst. It is the worst beat down. It is the worst beat down in Champions League history, because my thing is that, what if that game was over 2 legs? So what if Bayern had Barcelona for 180 minutes? Are we saying 12? That thing that just shocks me. Like, if these guys gave them an 8-piece in 90 minutes, are we saying that, do these guys give them like a 12-piece or a 14 snack over two games? Fuck, bro, man, it's stuff is crazy, bro. Stuff is crazy, man. Stuff is crazy. But yeah, man. I mean, like, because 7-0 was bad. That was bad because Bayern gave them that Lanashi, man. But because just the frequency of the goals as we're going in, man. The funny thing was, it was 4-1 in both halves. 4-1 in both halves. I mean, bro, that was brutal, man. 8-2 was our revenge. 8-2 was our revenge. Okay. So, and also, by the way, 09 is in the past. We're talking about the present. What happened in 2021? What happened in 2021? And from Detroit Rock City says, Bayern's transfer management is utter trash. It's not looking great. It's not looking great because I had Sergio Roberto. Yeah, that's what I had. I heard that Bayern were circling Sergio Roberto. Sergio Roberto has done one thing in his entire career, and that was score the winning goal in Miracle at Camp Nou. Apart from that, he's been trash. Apart from that, the dude has been absolute trash. So, but have faith. Have faith, but Bayern need players. Bayern need players. Because Dortmund could be getting Malen. André Silva has moved to Leipzig. Marco Rose is the new manager of Dortmund. Did well for Gladbach. Bayern, don't rest in your laurels, bro. Don't just assume, oh, that's fine, whatever. Because you always have to look over your shoulder. And I think football needs a different Bundesliga winner. They need it. So Bayern, you got to be careful. But yeah, man, Bayern have not been doing much transfer business, man. And if this hence why they'll be careful, because if they now lose Goretzka and you have nobody to come in, it ain't good. It ain't good. It ain't good, bro. From your boy Shane, thank you for the dog. Shane says facts. We should have scored 11 or 12 in that match. It was bad. Like, I mean, so now that is another game that we should we might have to do a rewatch of that when we do like classic watch alongs, man. I think we have to rewatch that again. It could have been more, and that is what was so scary, because Bayern were just all over Barcelona. Like, it was, and Messi gave up. You could say that Messi was just like, you know what, F this. And my thing is, 8-2 is already bad enough, man. If that was double figures, Barca don't recover. And Spain, the country is evil. I'll tell you why. Germany. Do you realize that Brazil still have PTSD from 2014? They haven't recovered. The only way Brazil can recover from their PTSD is they need to beat Germany. They need to beat the crap out of Germany, and they World Cup and need to win the World Cup again. Germany have a psychological hex over Brazil right now based off of 7-1. I believe that Barcelona will never recover until they beat Bayern Munich again. And Barca are never winning a UCL because Bayern, that's 8, forget 4-0. 8-2 is what broke them. See, Roma was punch. Oh, shit. And Liverpool was a smack. You got down to the canvas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Are you good? 7. Are you good? 8. Are you good? Good. So yeah, whoa. Bayern was. You remember, like, Bernard Hopkins' last boxing fight? This is a punch where you went through the ropes, you landed on the table, and you landed into the crowd, and then blood splattered onto the crowd. That was what Bayern did. So where, like, you got taken to A&E. So, like, brain surgery, man. So, like, that's what Bayern did, man. It was deep. And I told you, so basically, Bayern and Germany have delivered PTSD to 2 teams. They delivered PTSD to Brazil and PTSD to thingy the dude, man. Bro. Shout out to Dennis Boer, football member Dennis Boer. So that's HH. Where do you think Griezmann will end up? Atletico. I think that they're gonna somehow work out a deal, and they're gonna go to Atletico. But my thing is that because Griezmann is like, bro, I'm not leaving unless it's back to Atletico, because I don't want to risk going to some other club where I don't know what the first. Because let's say I want to go back to familiar surroundings, and the only way that deal is going to go through is if the deal makes sense for Atletico. Well, if it makes sense, if the deal makes sense for Barcelona, Barcelona are not taking Saul, bro, in a swap deal. That's not happening. So the only way that's going to happen is Joao Felix, bro. And I said it on the live show, guys, just freaking make the deal happen. Make the freaking deal happen. Like you're not using Joao Felix, you assholes. Okay, you're not using Joao Felix. Barcelona will make better use of Joao Felix. Hey, think about this. Joao Felix, Barca will make better use of Joao Felix than Atletico have. And Atletico will make better use of Griezmann than Barca have. Joao Felix is a better fit for Barcelona. Griezmann is a better fit for Atletico. So why don't you want to make the freaking deal, you morons? You know? Dumbos. Do you know that there are still some Chelsea fans who still are angry that Lampard left? So do you know how deep people's insanity is? People's freaking stupidity. There are still some Chelsea fans out there after Tuchel dragged this team to fourth and got this team the Champions League. There are still some freaking dumbass morons that still want to be like, hey man, you know, and I know you did that thing, but you know, these freaking losers, man. Assholes. Okay, Wesley Jackson. I will only do that if we can watch the 2011 final in slow motion, specifically the second half, where your team got dominated in a way that we've never seen a team dominated before. You know, like how you have those dominatrixes and so forth, and you have like those guys who have to go down on all fours wearing black leather with like a sock in their mouth and they get whipped. That was Man United. So if you're going to watch that 2011 final where your team got pimp slapped and dominated for a whole half, then cool. Because my thing is that it's on penalty. First of all, do you know how trash United are? First of all, that's first Champions League. You got totally outplayed by Bayern Munich. You scored in the last 2 minutes, which doesn't count. You got outplayed for 89 minutes and then fluked your way to 2 fluke goals in injury time. The second one, penalties. Oh, Andrew got Drogba sent off. So it wasn't even it wasn't even 11v11. So you played against a 10-man team, which is cheating, and then you won via the lottery of penalties. So sorry, your 2 victories are crap. Chelsea's victory in 2012, Shane can tell you, we got that ass in Bayern's hometown. And that team that we beat went to win a treble the very next year. Oh, and who do we beat in this year? The great fountain Man City. United's 2 UCLs are trash. They're crap. They're the most useless UCL wins of all time. Garbage UCL wins. So please, don't talk to me about boy chest divided, man. Destiny. How is it fluke when we beat a treble-winning team at the crib? How? It's called destiny. It's Dodd. It's Dodd. Degree of difficulty. Chelsea. Okay, maybe FC. No. FC no. Chelsea have the only 2 Dodd UCL wins. 2012. How do you beat a team in their own crib? 2021. How do you take over one of the worst managers of all time in Frank Homeboy? Reshape the team with 0 time, and you beat a team who spends trillions every season. I'm sorry, there is no team that have better UCL wins than Chelsea. In terms of Dodd. I know, etc. In terms of Dodd, name me a team that have the 2 better UCL wins than Chelsea. Name it. They aren't. Chelsea have the 2 best dud wins in history. I watched it. And what's it called? I think it's called a Whiskey or something. I want to actually message him on something. Do you know that this guy was showing him scoring penalties? Literally, this guy was showing him score a penalty. It was penalties, tap-ins, and so forth to music. To music. I turned that crap off after like 2 minutes. It was complete garbage. Complete and utter garbage, man. Complete and utter garbage. Last I checked, I think he won a treble. I think he gave birth to Barcelona at Camp Nou. And who scored the winning goal? Has Messi ever scored the winning goal in the CL final? I'm just saying. Has Messi ever scored a clutch winning goal in a CL final? I don't think he has. I don't think he has. So how great is he if he's never scored a winning goal in the CL final? Robin has scored a winning goal. Zidane has scored a winning goal. I'm just saying. From your boy Hearty Moma, thank you for the dub. Hearty Moma, thank you for the dub. HH, why did Warner Brothers race band Barbara Gordon with the hire of Leslie Grace, Afro-Latina actress? It's the same reason why they want to make Superman black. It's the same reason why they created that trash Miles Morales, because they want to play identity politics and they want to try and appeal to greater races and so forth. First of all, Batgirl is a trash character. No one cares about Batgirl. Batman is the only character that makes any sense. Robin is trash. Batgirl is trash. Even Batman Beyond, trash. Batman is the only thing that I care about. Batgirl is white. Batgirl is Caucasian. Take it or leave it. She's not Latino. She is Caucasian. She is white. She's white. You don't know how to say. She's white. That's what she is. She's white. Okay. So it's just them trying to be progressive and new. No. Give me a Storm movie, okay? Give me a Bishop movie. Give me a Blade movie, okay? Give me a Martha Washington movie. Don't freaking race all this stuff, man. Get that trash out of my freaking screen, man. Fucking Batgirl, man. Batgirl. The heck? All of this though, this is funny because we say classic matches. I said that I said that it's going to be very hard for me to watch Brazil Germany again. That's going to be very hard. There is one match I will never. There is nothing you can pay me to watch this match again. Nigeria, Denmark, World Cup 98. You could pay me $1 billion. I'm never watching that match again. Because I left the game at 3-0 and then I cried. I still remember, man. I remember watching it at 3-0. I left the room. I walked upstairs. I remember I was asleep like this and I just cried, man. Just cried my eyes out, man. And so I didn't watch the rest of the film. So I didn't watch the rest of the game. Apparently, JJ Okocha was amazing, but that's one game I will never watch again. Way too painful. See, 2 tough games is Nigeria, Denmark, 98 World Cup, and Barcelona, Chelsea, 09. Hard to watch those games again. Hard. Those are 2 games that'll be very hard to watch again, From Detroit, Rock City, who says, Barca and London clubs are forever our side chicks. Now, I don't speak for Barca, so that's for Abdul, Zeman, Stefan, and so forth to address that. Relax, bros, relax. But um, don't put us in the same category as Tottenham and Arsenal. We are the kings of London. And my dear, actually, what is that avatar? Bro, because I wanted to see what your avatar was, man. First of all, I needed to change the avatar, man. Detroit's Rock City. I'm sorry, bro, but you're talking to the UCL winners. Your yesterday's news. 2020 is gone. It's in the past. No one cares about 2020. 2021. We are the UCL winners, which means that we're the best club in the world. We are number one. We are number one. Hence why I don't understand why we're not getting a striker. Because when you win the Champions League, you should get anybody you want. Because you're the main team. When you win the Champions League, you are the biggest club in the world, and everybody should be running towards it. So Marina, you freaking stupid moron, do something, man. Don't be freaking lazy. I think she's lazy. Do something, man. The fuck. So I don't know what you're talking about side chicks and so forth, bro. We are bigger than Bayern now. We are bigger than Bayern because we have the UCL. Are you the Champions League winners? Do you have the freaking trophy? The trophy is in West London. It's actually really close to me right now. It's with us. So have some respect, guys. Can we hold up? I don't like how you bricks are addressing me. Nah, I don't like it. See, for me, I'm a very joyful guy. So, but guys, hold on one second. You are addressing the Champions League winners, guys. We won it. We won it. We won the big boy trophy. So, LSK, you loser. This disrespect you're showing, I'm sorry. Do you know who you're talking to? I will not stand for this nonsense. I'm sorry, guys. What the heck? How about the Yakubu mistake? Never. Never, 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 like never, never, like never, 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 never. That's that's. I mean, like, you have to understand what it means to represent your country. There is no higher honor you can have than representing your country. Like, for me, that is one of my greatest force, man. That's what I was one of my. Since I was young, playing football, like in the streets, so forth, that was my gosh, man. If I could just wear and represent Nigerians and so forth. But nah, I'm never looking at that. That miss is horrible. Like, you missed an open goal in a walk, and my thing is that he wasn't even looking. So he did a no-look shot. That's the scary thing, that he wasn't even looking when he was shooting. He just, because he felt he was so confident, he did like in a no-look, man. Can we rewatch Togoland versus Nigeria #enslavement? And let's get laxing, man. All these requests are saying are never going to happen. But you don't want to see. You don't see. You keep putting these things towards me, but I keep on saying that. Can we watch 2011? Or better still, can we all sit down? I'll have a meal, 3-course meal, and can we watch the penalty shootout against Villarreal, where your keeper? Now, guys, listen, listen. Let's sit down and watch a rematch of United Villarreal, where United's keeper David De Gea conceded 11 straight penalties. Let me say that again. David De Gea conceded 11 straight penalties. And guys, do you know what makes it sweeter? This is the icing on the cake. Guess who is the highest paid player at Man United? It's not Pogba. It's not Rashford. It's not Bruno. It's not Cavani. It's not Maguire. You guessed it. It's David. David De Gea is the highest paid player at Man United, a man who conceded 11 straight penalties. So, guys, do you not see the nonsense, useless club where we are dealing with? Can we see the garbage, dustbin, sewer level, rancid, decrepit piece of trash club we're dealing with? Told you, bro. From your boy Hearty Momo, thank you for the Hearty Momo, thank you for the up. Loki airing at the same time as Black Widow being released made the movie even more redundant. Where Loki episode 6 ends is so ahead in the story. And guys, remember, subscribe to my other channel. Subscribe to my non-football channel, man. Subscribe to my non-football channel, man. Because me and Red Devil Studio, man, we went in deep. Pause. Okay, you know what? Scratch that, sorry. Me and Red Devil, we talked. Okay, we talked at length and we brought down the whole Loki thing and so forth. Black Widow was a pointless freaking movie. The events of Black Widow happened after Civil War. So I'm watching this film where Civil War came out like 5-6 years ago, and I'm like, wait, hang on. I'm watching a film where you're referencing to stuff that happened after Civil War. Why the freak are you releasing this movie? Basically, they screwed her over. They screwed over Black Widow, And also, by the way, that Black Widow proved to me that Scarlett Johansson is a garbage actress, and because Florence Pugh wiped the floor with Scarlett Johansson. Florence Pugh totally lubricated Scarlett Johansson in that movie, man. Totally owned her, man. So, all right, where we are. Like Arsenal and Tottenham fans, you can't you're our peons. You are officially our children. You are officially our like winning 2012 was one. Now winning it twice. So we've won it twice ahead of you guys. So we've won it twice and been in a final. Tottenham and Arsenal have only been into one final and they still have 0 UCLs. So Chelsea have more UCLs as well as more trophies and so forth. There is no Chelsea rule London. The Chelsea are the kings of London. Tottenham and Arsenal, you have no say. You have no freaking say. You're freaking peons that basically hang out on the freaking streets, man. So LSK Laxton says, amnesia is a serious condition, LL. Hashtag papaya merchants. So YSK Jackson, on the lead up to the Europa League final, called Emery a loser and said the Villarreal are a bunch of basement-dwelling, bull chasing, tapas papaya merchants. That's what he called them. And a very wise man called Yasser Said said, hold up, wait a minute. But no, he kept on going again and again and again, and nobody could stop him. Nobody could stop him. He kept on going again and again and again until, karma dealt with him, So right, so we got about we're going to go up to the hour 3, man. We're going to go up. So we have about 20 more minutes, guys. Let's send some great questions, guys. Send some interesting questions. 20 minutes left. 20 minutes left, guys. 20 minutes left. 20 minutes left, man. 20 minutes left. Which team is bigger, Arsenal or Chelsea? Chelsea. Now, okay. See, my thing is, if in terms of marketing, Arsenal, based on how many people support them and the marketing people that they have behind them. In terms of football, Chelsea dwarf Arsenal. When last did Arsenal win the league? Don't talk to me when last they won the Champions League because never have. So first of all, Chelsea have won the league more recently than Arsenal, and Chelsea have 2 UCLs to Arsenal's none. There is no comparison. Chelsea are 4 times bigger than Arsenal in terms of football. So, and as of right now, Arsenal, man, I'm sorry, they can't say anything. Like Arsenal, you are our children. We are your biological fathers. We are your biological fathers, man. So come on, man. We have filmed it. We have filmed it. So he's going to put it on his channel and then he's going to send it to me. So I'm going to put it on the other YouTube channel. But yeah, we have filmed it. We have filmed it. But I just need to receive it, chop it down, and then we are ready to go. Actually, let me even remind him now about it, man. Wait. Let me even say that. Yo. So peeps are asking about our low-key review. Please, can you send that video? Nice one, bro. All right. There you go. Sent it to Red Devil, man. So she should send me that video real soon. Guys, let's see. Debatable. Debatable. See, man, how dare you? Do you want to be banned from the hangout? Do you want to be banned from the hangout, bro? So, the heck? I heard Zad's fifth Paya joint is in Villarreal. YSK, you don't get to joke about Villarreal. I'm sorry, like you and every United fan, you are in no position to joke about Villarreal. I'm sorry. You are in no position as well to joke about Villarreal because you lost to them. So I don't want to hear anything about Papaya merchants. You should call them Villarreal. Don't even call them Villarreal. Call them Villarreal. Call them Villarreal. And take Zad's name out of your stinking mouth. You're talking to a guy who is one of the greatest players in Premier League history. So please have respect to a legend, man. Shout out to your boy Chelsea Perspective. Oh, I think this is a new dub, man. Chelsea Perspective. Thank you, bro. Chelsea Perspective. Thank you for the dub, bro. Why are we not looking at Dusan Vlahovic, even if we sign Haaland? Dusan Vlahovic. Let me do some research. Who is this dude? Dusan Vlahovic. Okay, I've not really heard of this dude, man. Is everyone who as a striker for Serie Club Fiorentina and then Serbia national team? Oh, and he's 2021. You see, here's my thing, bro. Chelsea's records of strikers has me worried. So what I want is assurances. Because this guy could be highly rated and good and so forth. It's risky. Bowling for Fiorentina in Serie is different from now having to now bowl for Chelsea as the main striker for a team now in the Champions League, in the Premier League. It's two different things. I need somebody who I can put my faith in. Okay, I need somebody who I can put my faith in. And I can put my faith in Lewandowski. I can put my faith in Haaland. You know, and I don't want a Morata situation. I don't just want a Matej Kezma situation. I don't want a Shevchenko situation. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. I don't want a Torres situation. I want somebody who, and Haaland is still a risk because I am fearful of Bundesliga attacks. So Haaland still has a risk, but I am cautiously confident Haaland is the dude. Haaland is the dude. And if Chelsea can just get another creative, hence why I told you, man, bro, if Chelsea get Haaland and you're now bringing Hazard into the mix, because Mount is cool. I love Mount and so forth. If they can just get a quality creative playmaker with Haaland, so Chelsea perspective, I need because I want to sleep well at night. I want to sleep well at night because Timo Werner has given me nightmares and given me PTSD. Lewandowski or Haaland. See, for me, I'm not keen on Lukaku. I'm not keen on Lukaku. I respect what Lukaku has done. His definition what he could do. Euros had me a little bit sketchy, man. He had me a little bit sketchy. So just for me to sleep well at night, give me Haaland. Give me Haaland. Because we need minimum 25 Gs. Do you know what it means when the top goal scorer in this team got like 6 or 7 Gs? I need a 30G dude. I need 30 Gs. I need someone to drop a 30 piece. 30 Gs minimum. That's what I need. A new hashtag. Hashtag 30 Gs minimum. That's my new hashtag, and I'm sending that to Marina. Hashtag 30 Gs minimum. I want a 30 Gs minimum striker. Only leagues, not including UCLs or FA Cup. I need a 30G dude because I won't embarrass Pep. I want Pep to go trophyless. I want Pep to go trophyless. I want the Premier League. First of all, I want that Super League. I want the Premier League. And I want us to be the second team defender because I'm tired of Real Madrid. I'm tired of Real talking about the only team that defended that title. I want Chelsea to put that to bed. I want Chelsea to be the second team to defend that UCL title. And for that to happen, I need a Haaland. I need a freaking Haaland, bro. I need a freaking Haaland. From LSK answer, I think Haaland will be great for us at the bridge. You operate in a Trafford. We operate at the bridge. You operate in a ditch called a Trafford that hasn't seen a trophy in 6 years. LSK Laxon, you support a trash club who have no freaking trophies, and they're going to ruin Sancho. And Rashford is trash. Wait a minute, is it just me, or did two Man United players miss a penalty in the Euro final? I'm just saying. From my boy Hearty Momo, I think we dub Hearty Momo. Thank you for the dub Hearty Momo. Is there a difference between a ball carrier, stroke shielding, and a dribbler? Rants called Foden, Silva, Kova, ball carriers, and Neymar, Messi, etc. hybrids. Oh yeah, there is. A really good ball carrier is De Bruyne. He's a really good ball, and Goretzka. Basically, Goretzka and De Bruyne are really good ball carriers. I wouldn't really call Foden a ball carrier. Silva isn't. Kovacic, yes. So a ball carrier is a guy who has good ball control and good balance. Those are the two main skills for ball carriers are balance and ball control. Now, a dribbler is somebody who can beat players, and specifically can beat players in tight spaces. So for a dribbler, for a dribbler, you don't balance is good, but it's not necessary. For a dribbler, it's really dribbling, skill, ball control, technique. So Neymar and Messi, they're hybrids. See, that's the thing. Yeah, no. If you're a great dribbler, you can also be a great ball carrier. But great ball carriers don't necessarily make great dribblers. That's the thing there. Because the tools you have to be a good dribbler can also translate to you also being no, wrong. Because you look at a guy like Riquelme. Riquelme was a superb dribbler. He wasn't really that great at a ball carrier because for ball carrier, you need speed. Because ball carrying is speed, but having control of the ball at speed. Riquelme didn't have any speed. But in a small surface area, he can perform crazy skills like that amazing pirouette skill he did with Boca Juniors. Pirlo was a very good dribbler. Pirlo was also a pretty good dribbler. But the guy can't carry the ball because he can't run. So, yeah, man. I mean, yeah. Ball carriers and dribblers are different. Ball carriers and dribblers are different. Different skill levels required, man. What do you think football will look like in the next millennium? Well, if those bombers FIFA have anything to do with it, it's going to look trash with like 30-minute halves, sin bins. It's going to look very different for sure. If we're still around in the next millennium, I don't think any of us will. But let's just say, for the people around the next millennium, you're going to have ads during games for sure. You will probably have shorter halves. I think they're going to implement that. You're going to have, it's funny. Those suggestions that FIFA made, a lot of them are eventually going to come through. Unlimited subs, shorter halves, they probably change the whole yellow card thing. Will probably be like a sin bin, because what they'll try to do is trying to make the game more appealing for a younger generation. With the rise of technology, rise of smartphones, rise of social media, and so forth, attention spans will become shorter, shorter, shorter. So when we all die out and we all go forth and so forth, and the more younger generations come through, they will want to demand a different product. So I just think that football will be forced to form and evolve based on the times. Football in the 50s, 60s was different, like in terms of offside rule, how yellow cards and red cards were dished out and so forth. It was a very different sport. So in the next 50, 60, 70, 80 years, it's going to be different. But I think a major, major thing is how it's going to be marketed and packaged. Because something so popular and so lucrative, vultures are going to latch onto it and completely poison it. So that's definitely gonna happen, man. Let's just see what else you guys say, man. Maradona. Maradona against England, where he dribbled half of the pitch. Like that was because that was the winning goal that made it 2-1. Like I think when Messi ran through the Real Madrid team, I think that was the winning goal as well. And I think Messi has done a few where he's just run past like loads of guys and scored. So yeah, I mean a few games in which a guy, and I'm sure that Ronaldo goal against Compostela was the winning goal as well. They've been a few. They've been a few, man. They've been a few. Excuse me? But okay, YSK, I have a helpline, and she's a pretty good shrink. She's expensive. She is expensive, but I've got a number for a pretty good shrink. If you want someone to call because you're suffering from mental issues or something, I have a number for you to call. But if you are in fact sane, I'm not suffering from any madness, welcome aboard. Like, why didn't you do this earlier on? I told you that. And guys, and this goes for everyone. Chelsea's doors are open. Chelsea's doors are open. We are the Champions League winners. We are in one of the sexiest parts on the world, and we are the most stylish team in the world. So anybody who wants to join, let do like come one, come all. Come one, come all. Come one, come all, man. Come on, come all. So please feel free to join your freaking dudes, man. What is Havertz's ceiling? There's no reason why he can't be upper tier 2. Tier 1, I'm not sure. I don't think he'll ever be considered the best player in the world, but I think he can be considered as one of the top players in his position because this kid has a lot of skill and he's young. He's young. I mean, scoring a goal like that, beating the keeper like an Edison and going around the keeper to score a chance-winning goal is no mean feat. Is no mean feat. So if he continues to develop, man, I think he could be a pretty special player. So he could almost be like, if he develops, just like, and I'm not saying he could be as good as this player, but if he develops in the right way, he could sort of be like a Dennis Bergkamp, where you respect his technical ability and his ball control, his balance, his intelligence, his calmness and coolness when he's on the ball, never gets stressed and so forth, takes things all in his stride, in the very languid way that he plays. He could be special. I think he could be a very special technical player. Chelsea have a stud, bro. Chelsea have a stud on their hands, man. YSK Johnson says, it's an honor to be with the UCL winners, HH. Something tells me this guy is genuine. Something just tells me that this guy isn't genuine, man. YSK, you're too tricky of a man for me to believe in you. You're too tricky. From MN, who says Batistuta or Lewandowski, and COVID CL doesn't count. Yes, it does because it says the freaking Champions League thing, you freaking moron. Okay, it says Champions League winner, not CCL winners. I'm sorry, guys, cry all you want. I am gonna continue to clown all you loser doubters all the way through. Champions League winners, Champions League winners, Champions League winners, you absolute losers, man. So guys, remember, man, Fully boy at the half a pot, man. Fully boy, your boy's doing his thing. Lewandowski, but it's in terms of just striking, just being a cold-blooded lethal striker, perfect thing. Lewandowski is more well-rounded. He has more skills and more attributes. The more clinical striker is Batistuta. Which striker do I want in a final? I want Batistuta. In a final, 1v1, or I need someone to get me a clutch goal, I'm thinking Batistuta over Lewandowski. But I need you for a whole season, and just in terms of remember, Batistuta couldn't pass, he couldn't dribble, he wasn't really that much of a footballer. Lewandowski just gives you far more than just goal scoring. Gives you goal scoring, gives you passing, gives you dribbling, gives you ball control. He gives you a whole bowl of wax, and pie, which makes him cool. Guys, it's been swell. It's been good. It's been lovely. YSK Jackson, I don't believe you, bro. You see, no. Go back to Man United. You know what? I don't want you. I don't want you to go because this is too weird. This is too weird. No, I won't go back to Boychester Divided. I don't want you. We don't want you, man. We don't want you part of our club. So guys, remember, guys, tomorrow 10 p.m. hangout. We have a lot to discuss. I will put out the link around like 9:45, 9:50. So 10 p.m. Join me for that Saturday night hangout. Join your boy. Remember, guys, to head to the website to vote on the polls and see what's happening on the official website, halffootballhot.com. And also remember to follow me on Instagram at the Half Hope. And if you haven't already, remember to follow your boy on Twitter at Half Hope Hot. Guys, it's been swell. It's been good. Marina, I don't want to call you what I want to call you because I don't want to get cancelled. All right? I don't want to get cancelled. But Marina, you become a Patreon member. Gain access to my blog. get access to exclusive videos, and also get access to the podcast, to the Saturday and the Sunday hangouts. Head over to patreon.com/halfup to gain all these goodies while also supporting your boy HH.